Hey everybody, Sinister Lex of Coastal Morning here. Today we're going to be talking about monthly reoccurring revenue and creating steady pay in your freelance business. Before we get into that, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, click that get notification bell if you want my notifications. And also remember the free Discord chat down below. That's where this topic came from. We were talking about it in there this morning. And the 1K giveaway, which is coming up very soon. We're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers now. We still don't have that many people entered in the drawing. There's a really good chance of you winning about $100 worth of freelance equipment if you send me what you need to send me. Link is down below, or you can just look through my videos or just drop in the Discord chat and you'll find information on that. So let's talk about creating steady pay in your freelance business. I know that a lot of you are out there, you get started with freelance, you make a few $100, but your income is not consistent. You can't really easily pay your bills every month, and you really struggle with this. You are constantly applying to gigs because you need to create new money, new income. I've been on the fence about this for a long time. I've tried it a lot of different ways, with pricing models, and we've discussed that a little bit before. Some of the pricing models I've used, I've had one-off clients where I do, $200, $300 per page for up to a certain amount of words. I like that model because it limits how much writing I might have to do, but it is not really an ongoing thing. So that's kind of a challenge because a lot of businesses may not need that much work. They may come to me for something for $200 or $300, but that's all they need. So that's not monthly recurring revenue. It's not creating steady pay in my business. Yeah, I can do a bunch of those a month if I keep at it, but that has me in there applying every day. I've got to keep pulling in clients, getting on calls, meeting with these people, and then doing the work. And then that's to make a couple $100, and I have to have enough of those to build up enough income for that month so that I can pay my bills. I like this model for kind of one-off things, but it's not the greatest in terms of ongoing income. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. It doesn't matter if you're a copywriter, you're a web designer, you're an illustrator, whatever you are. I think there's different ways you can use monthly reoccurring revenue in your business. Other things I've tried, retainers. So retainers have always been the big one for me. And for retainers, I look at it like, first of all, how do I get a high rate per month that is going to pay my bills? And second of all, how do I free my time from that? So I've tried to do this a little bit with retainers. When I started doing retainers in the past, I was giving clients a certain amount of work for that retainer rate. So let's say it was $1,000 retainer. I might do 10,000 words of writing. I would write up to 10,000 words. And as time has progressed, I've cut that back and dialed it back significantly. And, just based on the value I bring. But that model, a lot of you are going for that model. A lot of people look at that and say, I need a retainer. I need to be on a 6-month retainer, a 1-year retainer for a high price, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever that is. And that's totally fine. But the one challenge I found with it is that you constantly get stuck in this place where you're having to be in there delivering work. You're having to do work every single month. And while it's fine if you're just looking to create recurring income, but for me, I want something that goes beyond that. I'd like to start to scale away from this. I'd like to free my time more and more. I always want to free my time from my income as much as possible. So that's something that I like with these one-off gigs. I can go in there and make $300 for a page, up to 500 words. That's really easy for me to do. But again, that's not reoccurring every month. So it's not dependable income, and it's not something I can depend on to pay my bills. With the recurring revenue, I get in there and I'm going to have to do work every single month. So what I want to talk to you about today is a different kind of model, which is more of you might call it a subscription model, you might call it a rental model. And I'd like to ask you guys how you think this might apply in your business, in your freelance business. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a copywriter, it doesn't matter if you're a web designer. Let's get into how this model works as Andy Black described it to me. If you don't know who Andy Black is, he is the AdWords guy, and he's got a course. If I can find the link to it, or if he sends me the link, I will link it down below, and you guys can check that out if you're interested in getting into AdWords. But Andy was talking to me about how he bills clients and how he sets it up so that he gets monthly recurring revenue without having to be in there working every single month. So he's he's creating systems of semi-passive income which is different from retainer work. So I guess the way to describe this difference is that with what Andy's doing, he owns the thing that he's creating. So whenever I go in and I write on retainer, I don't own that. I don't keep the copyrights to the work. I write, I give it to the client, and they have that, and then we move on to the next month. The next month they may not need any more writing. We could be done. So let's talk about this in terms of copywriting. Let's say, how would this work in copywriting? I write a sales page. Let's say I write a sales page for $250. Now, some of you, if you're a copywriter, you might think, why the F would Sinister Lex write a sales page for $250 when he can bill $5,000 for a sales page? He can bill $10,000 for a sales page. Why would he do $250? It doesn't make sense. Well, it does when you start to look at this as a rental model. So the first part of this would be that I would need to own the sales page in some way, shape, or form. Now, this might mean owning the copyrights to the sales page. This might mean owning the platform on which the sales page is built on. But let's just do copyright, for example. So I write this sales page. I'm under contract with my client saying that I own the copyright to this sales page. I will write the whole sales page for you, or sales letter or whatever, for $250. It's the cheapest damn sales page you're ever gonna get. But you're going to pay me $250 every single month that you want to use that sales page. In fact, it's just going to be an ongoing thing. So that if you want to keep using that copyright, if you want to use it on your website, you're going to pay me $250. And if you don't do that, then we end the contract and you can't use that sales page anymore. And if you own the platform as well, let's say you build sales pages on lead pages, so you own the lead pages account. Now you can just set up maybe it's $500 a month. It doesn't have to be $250, but the point is you own it. So if they want to use that, you write the sales page, you dial it in, you get it to making sales for them. Now you don't have to worry about commissions. You don't have to worry about writing new sales pages every month. You just need to make this sales page as good as possible up front and then let it do the work for them. And as long as they want to use that sales page, they're going to keep paying you because you own the account. If they stop paying you, you shut the account off and it just goes away. They don't have it anymore. So you close the sales page and all of a sudden their funnel of money stops. That's bad for them. So they can't really fire you with this, because if they fire you, well, they can't take the sales page with them because you are the owner of it. So that's the whole thing here, is owning the asset. And this applies so far beyond sales pages. It could be sales pages. It could be landing pages. Theoretically, it could be email funnels. It could be AdWords account, Facebook ads account. It could be whole entire websites. Imagine, I just did a website for $8,000. And if you think about this, if I was billing maybe $1,000 a month, it would be much easier to bill $1,000 a month for a website, or even to build the website for free up front, but then it's $1,000 a month, however you want to run that. And as long as they are paying you, they're going to have access to their website. If they stop paying you, you're just going to close the doors on their website and they have no money coming in, and that's a problem for them. So this is a value-based system, and I really, really like this. I want to know your guys' thoughts on how you might implement this in your business. If you are an illustrator and you illustrate, I don't know, let's say you illustrate children's books, how would you do that? Could you keep the copyrights on the illustrations for the books, and then if they stop paying you every month, then you just revoke those rights. You don't let them use it anymore, and if they keep using it, then that's a problem. You know, lawsuits and all that crazy stuff. But we don't want to get into that because clients aren't going to go that far. You're only going to be working with good clients who respect your value, who understand what you're doing, and they're going to be ready to pay you each and every month on the same day, and it's a lower price. That's the other part of this. So if I'm running, let's say I'm doing landing pages, I don't need to charge $1,000 up front for a landing page when I can just charge $100, $250, whatever that amount is per month. And then I don't have to keep writing new landing pages. It's just one simple fixed rate every single month. It's easy for the client to pay because their business is making 6 figures a year. It's making 7 figures a year. You know, tossing you $250 a month is no big deal. And because you are not constantly working in the business, for me this would mean I wouldn't be constantly writing, then I am free to scale and bring in more clients at this rate. So I bring in 10 clients at $1,000 each per month for, let's say, sales pages or something. If I got 10 of those, that's 10 grand a month, and I only set it up front, and then I don't have to go back and constantly be rewriting the sales page or anything, as long as we get it to where it's selling and it's converting, it's making money. So that's the whole thing here. You got to figure out the value of what you offer and then come up with a price that makes sense based on that value, and then figure out what asset you own that the client is going to pay you for access to that thing for. So for me right now, I already do this with a lot of stuff. I do it with my new accounting software. I just bought Xero, I think it's called Xero, Xero. That's the one I bought into yesterday online. It is a monthly reoccurring revenue model for them. I think it's 20-30 bucks a month or something. It's not a big deal for me because I know that's easily justifiable for what I'm getting on the back end. And if I stop paying them, I'm gonna not have access to my books, right? I'm not gonna have access to my business accounting. That would be a real problem for me, just as it would if somebody's getting all their sales through ads and an ad campaign stops. These are problems for the client, so they're gonna keep paying you, and it becomes a huge risk and liability for them if they ever stop paying you, since you're drawing in money, and they would have to take a risk on somebody else who may not be able to create those sales or whatever. Illustrators, different kinds of artistic work, you may not be able to justify the sales directly, but you can still decide the value of what your creation is worth and own the rights to the copyrights, or that's probably how it would work. You'd probably have to license the copyrights out. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I just wanted to bring it up because it's really interesting in the way it can create steady pay for you as a freelancer ongoing. It can be monthly. They can be paying you on the first day of every single month, and it's going to be slow at first because $250 a month doesn't make that big of an impact. But you keep picking up clients every single month, and soon you've got a couple $1,000s coming in on autopilot. You're diversified, so you're not locked into one single big retainer client. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're diversified, and now even if you lose one $250 client, you've got 10 more. It's no problem. It's going to take some time, but if you build up like this, it's an easy sell. It's easy to justify for businesses, and I think it could be a really valuable way to scale your freelance business. Let me know your thoughts in a comment down below. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. I'm Sinister Lex with Coastal Morning. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.